Hello everyone, welcome to Ian's Bricks, and today I'd like to talk about retiring Lego sets. These are the sets that Lego will stop producing at the end of 2025. I'd like to specifically talk about the Icons range. This used to be called Creator Expert a long time ago. It's been called Icons for 2 or 3 years now, and at the moment there are 11 sets that are showing up on the retirement list that will be ceased to sort of exist after 2025. This is a list that I've actually got from Brick Fanatic, so do check out their website, and they have a full list of all the sets that are scheduled to retire within 2025. What I will say is, early on in the year, obviously we're only in January at the moment, is that this list is subject to change. It will change and it can change, so just be aware of that. Not every set that I will talk through will actually end up retiring at the end of the year, but at the moment this is the list that we have. So I'm going to go through each set one by one, tell you whether I like the set, whether it's a nice set to build, whether this is a set that you should get to sort of build to buy before the end of the year. A lot of these sets are a little bit more expensive as well, so you might want to save up for some of these, and if you're like myself, do a little bit of Lego investing, whether these sets are going to be worthwhile investing in. So first on the list is set 10297. This is the Boutique Hotel. This is part of the modular building range. This is $199.99 here in the UK, $229.99 in US dollars, and the same amount in euros. 3,066 pieces. It was released in January of 2022. That means if it does retire at the end of 2025, that will be a 3-year shelf life. So it was actually a 4-year shelf life, if I get my maths right. 2023 to the end of 2025 is 4 years. So that's fairly average for a modular building. It's a really nice set, this. At the moment, here in the UK, you can obviously get this from lego.com, but you can, or you were able to get it from John Lewis. Now, at the moment, it is showing as out of stock at John Lewis. Whether they're going to get any back in, who knows? They probably will. If you're outside of the UK, then the chances are this will also be an exclusive set at another particular store. So you'll sort of need to check where this set is exclusive to buy from. It may be that you can only buy it from Lego and lego.com, which if that's the case, then there might not be many deals and discounts. I know John Lewis here in the UK, they do some discounts occasionally. This, I think, has been reduced by 20 to 25%, but not much more than that. So it is a very nice set. I think as modular buildings go, it's one of the better ones. I have built this myself. It's a really nice build. I think the thing that lets it down slightly in this set is that you have sort of hotel rooms, and it's all a bit cramped inside. I think one of the floors only has one hotel room, and the other floor's got 2 hotel rooms, so it's literally a big hotel with 3 rooms in it. But having said that, it is a very nice build. You get a little art gallery in the corner. It's a nice angle build as well. It's quite an interesting build. So if there's a set that you don't have and you like modular buildings, I would definitely suggest getting this set, because it is a very, very nice set. Whether I think it will retire at the end of the year, yes, it probably will. It's been on the shelves for 4 years now, so that tends to be the average life cycle for a Lego set of this kind. Next on the list is 10298, the Vespa 125. This is $89.99 here in the UK, $99.99 in US dollars, and the same amount in euros as well. 1,106 pieces. Was released in March of 2022. So again, just under a 4-year shelf life for this particular set. Quite a nice build. This, I'm not quite sure how well this will do. I think vehicles and specifically motorbikes do tend to do reasonably well on the aftermarket. Build wise, I haven't built this myself, but I do quite like the look of it, and I think this is a set I'd quite like to probably get before the end of the year and actually build it, because I do think it is quite nice. This is a set, I say it's £90 here in the UK. You can regularly get this sort of around about £60 to £65 ish if you know what you're doing. I don't think prices are that low at the moment, but in the past this has been lower at certain retailers, and I think there's quite a few of these retailers. I know it's been cheaper on Amazon, I think possibly Argos as well, some other places as well. So it is a set that you can get reduced if you are looking to get it. I mean, if you can get this for close to £60, then that's a very, very good price. Again, if you're outside the UK, you might want to have a look around and have a search and see where you could get this cheap. cheaper. I think this is quite a nice set, and I think this could do okay once it retires. The fact it's been discounted would mean that you're probably looking at to get it, if you are to buy this, to get it discounted rather than paying full recommended retail price, because I don't think the set will increase much more than the recommended retail price for quite a while after this set does retire. And again, I do think this set will probably retire at the end of the year. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Next on my list is the biggest set I think that's on this list. It is set 10305, the Lion Knights Castle, $344.99 here in the UK, $399 in US dollars and euros, 4,514 pieces. It is a big set, and it's a lovely looking set, this. This was released in August of 2022. That'll mean it will have had a 3.5 year shelf life. Now, at the moment, as far as I can tell, this is a Lego exclusive, which means you can only buy this from Lego stores and from Lego online. Now, if I'm wrong, please put in the comments below. I did have a quick search around, couldn't find it anywhere else, certainly here in the UK. Will this set do very, very well? It's difficult to say because it is quite an expensive set, but Lego castles do very, very well. Anything sort of medieval tends to do pretty well. I think you get a decent amount of minifigures with this set, and I do think that Lego will sort of every now and again they will continue to do castles. I think the downside with the castle theme is they're doing a lot of castles on the Bricklink Designer program at the moment, so I think if you want castles, there are going to be more castles coming out in that theme, but this is certainly a very nice build. Whether you're going to be able to get this much ever discounted is fairly doubtful. The chances are if you're going to buy it, you're going to have to pay full price for it, and it is quite a big set to store, especially if you're a Lego investor. But if you are wanting to buy this to build yourself, now would be a very good time to start saving up for it. It's a very big, very expensive set, but from all the reviews I've seen, I've not built it myself, but it does look a really nice set. It sort of all opens up and it just looks absolutely fantastic. So really nice set, and I think this could do particularly well. But again, it's such a big set that many people probably won't buy too many of these to invest in because it's quite a hefty price to start with. Yeah, it's difficult to say how much this will go up after it retires, but it could do quite well. I'm sort of on the edge here as to whether it will retire. This is sort of one of the sets which I'm thinking, oh, will it retire, won't it retire? So we'll have to wait and see, keep my eye on this. I certainly won't be buying any of the sets just at the moment. I'm probably going to wait until later on in the year, maybe the summer, make sure it's definitely retiring before I buy this, because I think if I'm going to buy to invest, I'm not going to be wanting to spend £350 and then have to hang on another year before I actually kind of try and sell it on. So as to whether I want to build this to buy, I'd love to, but it's a lot of money, and where would I put it? I'm lacking space in my little cabinet behind me anyway, so we'll have to wait and see. Next on the list, 10312, the Jazz Club. It's another modular building, which is very unusual to have two modular buildings retiring within the same year. This is $199.99 in the UK, $229.99 in US dollars and in euros. It is 2003, no it's not, it is 2,899 pieces, so piece count wise it's slightly smaller than the Boutique Hotel, although it is the same price. This was released on the 1st of January 2023, so this will have had a 3-year shelf life once it retires. You can get this from lego.com here in the UK, and you can also get it from John Lewis. So again, like the Boutique Hotel, it's also available from John Lewis. If you're outside of UK, then you will be able to get this probably at another retailer, so you'll need to check that out. I'm less keen about this set. I think modular buildings are great, but I think of all the modular buildings, this doesn't really fill me with sort of a lot of joy, really. When it was released, I was like, oh, it's okay, but it's not my favourite thing. Whether that will mean that a lot of other people won't buy it either, and means that maybe be less stock around, who knows. But I think as modular buildings go, this is not particularly one of my favourites. I think if I did buy this, I'd be looking at trying to get a decent discount. But again, if it's John Lewis, chances are you probably won't get huge discounts on this. Will this retire? Yeah, I think it probably will, even though it's the same year as the Boutique Hotel retiring. I think perhaps because this has been less popular, I think this is why they're probably pulling the plug on this one early, because I don't think it's been overly hyped up or talked about too much. But still a nice set. Still, modular buildings tend to do quite well, and again, if you are wanting to buy this to build, now would be a good time to sort of start thinking about getting this set. Next on the list then, 10317, it's the Land Rover Classic Defender 90. This is £209.99 here in the UK, to £39.99 in the US and in euros. 2,336 pieces, was released in April of 2023. So that means that it's going to have a 2.5 year shelf life, which is relatively short for a set of this size. Now, personally, I actually really like this. I haven't bought it to buy myself, to build, sorry, but I actually just quite like this. The only thing that lets it down really is it is quite an expensive set. The fact it's not an exclusive set anywhere probably gives you some hope of being able to get this at a discounted price at some stage. It's not a set I've particularly followed an awful lot, so if you have seen this maybe on deals or sales, do write in the comments and let me know, because I'm not quite kind of seeing what sort of the lowest price this has been this has been sort of on at in the past. So it would be sort of interesting to know that. This could do quite well. I think there was a Land Rover Technic a couple of years ago, and that's done fairly well since it retired, but that was a lot cheaper. I think that Technic set was around £140, and you could get those for around about 90. So this at just over £200 is a lot more expensive, but I think it looks really, really good. It's in that sand green colour, and it could potentially do quite well. Vehicles tend to do okay once they retire. Maybe some of them aren't as popular, but maybe Land Rover could potentially do okay. Next is 10323, that's the Pac-Man Arcade. This is $229.99 in the UK, to $69.99 in US dollars, and the same amount in euros. 2,651 pieces, was released in June of 2023, which gives it a 2.5 year shelf life. Now, interestingly, this set does say on the LEGO website that it's a LEGO exclusive. However, you can buy this from Argos here in the UK. So not quite sure what's going on there with the LEGO exclusivity. Maybe they lie to us, who knows, maybe everything on the internet isn't true. Do I like this set? Yes, I do. It's quite an expensive set. I have heard this is a very good build. And an interesting, you sort of get this little thing on the maze in the Pac-Man where you can turn a handle and all the little ghosts go around. So it is quite a nice build from what I've seen. It is fairly pricey though. Arcade games, how have they done? Well, it's difficult to say. The Nintendo only really retired at the end of last year, as did the Atari. So how well the Pac-Man will do, maybe sort of watch the space on how those machines sort of do further on into the future. This could do okay, but again, it's another quite pricey set. A lot of the sets on these lists are sort of £200+, so you know there's a lot of big sets. If you are sort of buying to invest, that's a lot of money to sort of fork out for a lot of these larger sets. This could do okay. I think again you'd be looking, if you could, for any kind of deals or discounts, especially if you can get it from Argos. I know this has been available in a few places, possibly Cool Shop as well. I might be wrong on that. They ship from Denmark, but you can normally get some good deals on that. So keep an eye out for deals and things. Could be an interesting one for sort of a long-term hold. And again, a very nice set apparently to build if you're into that kind of thing. Next, 10325, the Alpine Lodge, $89.99 here in the UK, $99.99 in US dollars, and $99.99 in euros. 1,517 pieces, was released in October of 2023, which gives it a 2.5 year shelf life. And this is one of the Winter Village themes. They literally last 2.5 years, and then they sort of finish on the shelves. Quite a nice looking thing, this. I don't think it's anything special. I think in the past there have been some better looking Winter Village sets. This is okay. I've not built this myself, but it looks all right. Again, it's a John Lewis exclusive, so discounts and deals might be slightly more difficult to get. If you're outside the UK, have a check and see where this is available. It's okay. This, I normally, as a sort of investment thing, I will buy 1 or 2 of these Winter Village sets before they retire. So I'll probably do the same again, but looking for those deals and discounts as and when I can see them. And this again probably will retire, just because it's a kind of the normal flow for these Winter Village sets to last 2.5 years and then disappear from shelves. Next on the list, 10332, and this is the Medieval Town Square. This is $199.99 here in the UK, $229.99 in US dollars, and the same amount in euros. 3,304 pieces, was released in March of 2024. Now, this is also a LEGO exclusive set, which apparently means that you can only get it from LEGO and LEGO.com. I'm not so sure this will retire. The reason for it was only released in March of last year, so that gives it less than 2 years on the shelves. I don't know, it's just not long enough for me. I just feel as though they might extend it. Nice set, I do quite like it. Again, it's quite expensive at £200, and it's quite a big set as well. But Lego are doing a lot of these sort of older sets. They do the castle and the medieval village, and these sort of all go together if you're into that kind of thing. So it's definitely sort of a decent range to buy. What I will say though, they did a medieval market square years ago, back in about 2008, 2009, and that took quite a long time to increase in value by any kind of to any kind of reasonable amount that you sort of want to sell it on. So as an investment point of view, I'm not so sure that the medieval town will do quite as well as maybe something like the castle or other things, but who knows, I might be wrong. But I certainly probably wouldn't be investing in this anytime soon. I'd be waiting till probably the late summer to be looking at this one, just to make sure it definitely stays on that list, because I do feel this may get pulled just because of the short shelf life on this one. Next on the list, 10339 Santa's Post Office. This is $89.99 here in the UK, $99.99 in US dollars, and $99.99 in euros. 1,440 pieces. Was released in October of 2024. This is another Winter Village set, so I'm not so sure this will retire at the end of the year. I might be wrong, so this one might get pulled from the list, so just bear that in mind. The fact it's only had less than a year and a half on the shelves probably tells me they just haven't updated their dates yet for this particular Winter Village set. If it does retire though, it's still quite a nice set, and if it did retire at the end of 2025, the short shelf life would actually go into its favour. At the moment this is a John Lewis exclusive, and you can get it obviously from Lego and Lego.com as well, so another John Lewis set where probably no great discounts and deals on there to be had, so I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this one, but this is one that I expect might get taken off the retirement list in a couple of months or so, but we'll have to wait and see. Next on the list, 10391, the Over the Moon with Pharrell Williams set. This is $94.99 for this set. It's $109.99 in US dollars and the same in euros. Only 966 pieces, ouch. And this was released in September of 2024. This is a Lego exclusive, so you can only get it from Lego stores. I don't think any other retailers probably touched this set with a barge pole. Me personally, I just don't get it. I saw the film, it was not great, not my cup of tea. The set itself, I mean, it's okay, you get the rocket, but it kind of just doesn't mean anything. I mean, it just doesn't, you got some minifigure heads with it, but I just don't get this set at all. It's one of these weird sort of tie-ins that Lego sort of have to do because they did a Lego film on it, but I don't think there's any sort of great need or want or desire for anybody to have this set. If you have bought and built this set, do please let me know, because I'd be very interested to find out how many people have actually bought this. But £95 for this, sorry, not for me. This is one that I will be avoiding. I think even if this was 40 or 50% off, I still probably wouldn't even be interested in getting it. I just don't get what the draw would be for a set like this. So this is one that probably will retire simply because it's probably not sold very many copies, but yeah, I just won't be something that I will be buying to either build or to invest in. And the final set on this list is 40516. This is the Everyone is Awesome set. £30.99 here in the UK, $34.99 in US dollars and the same in euros. 346 pieces. Was released in June of 2021. This is a Lego exclusive set, so again you can only get it from Lego and Lego.com. I really like this set. I'm probably going to buy a few more of these. I've already got a few of these in my inventory. I built one of these. I actually swapped all the figures out and put Spaceman in it instead. You've got all these different coloured minifigures with it. It's obviously got the rainbow flag and all that kind of stuff. It's quite a simple build, but I think it looks quite nice as a sort of little small display piece. And this is a set that has, I think, been on the retirement list a couple of times before. I probably do expect it to finally retire at the end of 2025, but who knows with Lego, they might change their mind. They have in the past and taken it off the list, so who knows. But yeah, this is a set I'll probably try and get a few more of. I know a while ago, maybe a year or so ago, was it Black Friday 2023, that they had this reduced. I think they reduced it by about 20%, so even though it's a Lego exclusive, keep an eye out and see whether it's ever discounted, because it might be in the near future. But that is pretty much it. So that's everything just for the icons. There obviously are other themes and things. I'll probably do videos later on in the month or year on different themes as and when I get round to doing a video on that. But they are at the moment the 11 sets which are currently due to retire at the end of 2025. As I said, this list is subject to change, and there's certainly 2 or 3 things on that list which I probably don't think will retire at the end of 2025. But what do I know? I don't work for Lego. I'm only making an Ian's educated guess, or uneducated guess, as it were. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very, very much for watching. Take care, and keep an eye out for the next video, which will hopefully be soon. But for now, it's over and out from me. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.